Why do most traders fail at day trading? Simple. They are not patient. It is the key. One of the most important keys if you want to get into this business. All right. I'm going to show you a simple scalping strategy that works, especially if you trade supply and demand, because that's the way I do each and every day. This allows me to scalp for ticks or points. It allows me to make profit each and every day and be consistent. All right. Now, do I get in a trade sometimes where, I have to jump out? Sure, I do. Do I get in trades sometimes where it could be a bad entry? Sure. And that's all about, practicing proper risk management. All right. Not everyone is going to be 100% perfect each and every day. I'm not going to sit here and say that you're not going to have a 100% trading day, because lots of times you will. All right. But you're going to get in trades sometimes, even when you're trying to scalp for a few points, to where you're going to have to pull out. And that's the key, because I talk about that in several videos here on the channel about proper execution and exiting when you need to preserve your capital. Meaning, don't wait for the trade to hit your stop loss. Go ahead and get out the trade when you see quick enough that the market has come back to a zone, all right, and you're looking to execute using your scalping strategy to take profit above or below, all right, at one of the zones, either above or below, supply and demand, okay? So today, let me show you a trade that I took on the ES futures. I posted it over there on our Discord community. So if you're not a current member of the Discord, find the link down in the description portion of this video. Click on it and invite yourself in. You can come over and post your screenshots of your trades that you actually take. If you trade, say the indices, but it doesn't really matter what particular future market that you actually trade. But most of us trade either the NASDAQ or the ES futures, or you can trade the micros. That doesn't really matter. But again, if you trade, oil, okay, if you trade grains, if you trade currencies within the future markets, that's fine as well, okay? But anyways, getting back to what I was talking about, the Discord link is down in the description portion of the video. The community is growing, and come over, because people are, they're understanding, they're grasping through watching the videos and how I actually trade. And it's a very, very, very simple scalping strategy that I'm getting ready to show you that I implemented today, okay, and executed off of on a demand setup, all right? So all you really need to do is just try to figure out what's going on the bigger time frame scheme, okay? And that's why I use my 60 range chart. You can use a higher time frame if you choose. You can use a 60-minute chart. You can use whatever chart style that works for you. Just keep in mind, figure out what the higher time frame is doing and trade in that direction. Now, on the ES futures, okay, the E-minis, or even on the micros, the market was doing what? It's been making higher highs and higher lows. So I'm looking for an opportunity to take a long entry off of a zone. I'm going to show you how it works out, okay? Now, this chart here, this is the chart to where I execute my trades off of, the 12 range chart. I trade range-based style charts, okay? It's just because they're cleaner to the eye to me, guys. That's all right? I've been using them for years. I don't use time-based charts. I do not have any, opinion about which chart style you should use, whether it's ticks, volume. I just trade range because that's what works for me, and that's what I've been trading since the beginning of time when I first started, okay? But without further ado, look what happened here. The market has been making higher highs and higher lows to the upside, okay? It's just a quick rundown, breakdown of a trade on a beautiful scalp to the long side, or to the upside, that I took off of the ES futures, okay? Again, implementing the simple scalping strategy. The market runs to the upside. It pulls back, all right? This is a demand zone. For those that have been following the channel, you already know where I'm going with this, because you know the step-by-step process, which is part of the strategy that I use on the daily, okay? All right? We tap into an untapped zone. Rejection. What are we looking for? Break of a candle in opposite direction. Some means of rejection, and boom, take the trade, right? So the market moved higher. It pulled back to this key area right here, demand zone, untapped, meaning the fact is that price hasn't tested that zone yet. I'm very interested. Now, it did pull back deeper into the zone right here, okay? Now, that's what we have to be a little bit mindful. And the thing what it was trying to do was it was trying to go in there and fill in even the gaps on the inside of the zone. Sometimes I talked about this in today's earlier video. The market will just tap into the zone, to the tick, or come into just a few ticks and then bounce to the upside with lots of momentum. So you may get a flip of a candle to where it may be turned bullish to the upside. That's momentum, okay? It wicked the zone, bullish momentum to the upside, and then what it does, it may close with the next green candle to the upside. Then that's a lot of momentum to the upside, and that should give you enough signal to get into a trade. Now, when the market comes deeper into this zone right here, I'm waiting it out because I really want to see what's going to take place here. Is the market going to run and want to break below and then come down here and clear this area of structure below 43.75? It didn't. I had my eye on this area here, okay? Now, this was a swing to the upside right here. You got to pay attention to price action as it is folding back or retracing back to the zone, okay? Now, it could have bounced or reacted right here, and it did. It reacted right here, but you got to be mindful too that, you know, are there other untested zones below within this swing where the market could test this area here? So if you got into this trade right here at this untested zone right here, the market reacted and it didn't go up and break the high. Why? Because there's still areas that there's of interest where gaps need to be filled at back, especially when we have this demand zone resting here. So I'm looking further deeper into the actual swing, okay, at the lower end of the leg to look for an opportunity to go long. It just makes more sense for me, okay? So keep that in mind when you see the market making big swings to the upside or downside. I talked about this before. This is a leg that came out of this creation of the swing right here. So if there is a demand zone, and as in this example right here, look for the market to pull deeper at the lower portion of the leg where the aggressive buying took place when the market ran back up to the upside to break structure here above 44.08, okay? So the market comes back to this demand zone. It's untapped. We got a gap. Makes it high probability. All I'm doing is waiting for the rejection, the break of the candle to the upside, and I'm gonna get in. Now, if you got in, say right here at 43.90, yep, the market comes back to 85, possibly 85. So it comes back like 5 points. You're going to have to give your your trade some room to breathe, guys, okay? People always ask, where should I put my stop loss at? Well, it depends up to you. There's two places I talk about in the videos, at the back end of this area of demand right here, or you can put it on the back end to where price started rejecting before it made the break of the candle to the upside. So wherever you got into, not saying where you got into the actual trade in, because you probably got to hit the break of the candle, but wherever the market started reacting before it started moving to the upside, and then you entered the trade. So if it was right here, say at 90, then you're going to put it, here's 85, give it a few rooms of ticks to breathe. Now, a lot of you may say, well, that's, you know, several points, and I just don't have the capital to weather that storm, and I don't want to wait for price to get back and stop me out. That's fine, okay? Each person is going to have to determine what is their pain thresh, is what I'm trying to say, okay? What happens is, you know, in a situation like this, when the market is tapping into this demand zone right here, okay, using the scalping strategy, the market folds back, okay? It breaks below the first candle here. All right, we got this bearish candle to the downside, and then it closes with another one. Most traders are going to close out there because they're afraid the market's going to keep running lower, okay? You're going to have to weather the storm and allow it to play out, all right? You really are going to have to if you really want to stay in a trade. That's the thing about trading is everybody's not built for it, because the moment it starts coming back against you, you may be thinking, well, this is not going to work out. This trade is not, and then you close the trade out. You close it before it hits your stop loss to preserve some of your capital, right? And not get a full-on stop. But again, look what happens. It turns back around and goes in your favor. So what you could do, you know, if you choose to, if you notice the candle breaks below, the second candle closes below the first candle on the pullback right here, it's retesting this area here. You've got to understand the banks and institutions, their game. They want to stop traders out. They want to spook them out the market. That's why they pull it back before they push it up to go to the upside. And you should know by now, if you're someone that's with more experience, the market's just not going to slam straight to the upside most times. It has its ebbs and flows. It's going to push up, pull back before it pushes higher again. I knew what was taking place here, you know. Now, if you want to, you can wait for the second retest, but sometimes it may not happen. Meaning the market, you may take the trade at the break of the candle, and the market may not pull back on a second test here. Okay, let's say it does. Then you get in again. I can say again. Maybe you wait for the second test here, and then you got in on the next break to the upside. Okay, then you're good. It continue running to the upside. All right. But if you got in on the first break, yeah, it's going to come. It came back against you 4 or 5 points, whatever the case is, before turning back around. Got to weather the storm. You just got to be able to just hold tight and see what's going to happen. That is what trading is. I mean, it's a matter of winning and losing. But the ultimate goal is to make sure you're taking trades from high probability zones, okay? And sometimes the market will just break this. You get the break and just shoot to the upside. And those are the type of trades where we want to be a part of because there's clearly enough momentum shooting price to the upside. Either way, I got into the trade, okay? I got into the trade and I entered with 2 contracts. I think I took my first contract out around about 6 or 7 points. The last one, I let it run and it filled me at 9 points on the last contract, guys, okay? So I was able to capitalize on a nice trade to the upside, picking up multiple points. So I think it was like, I want to say 7 points. Let me look back over here. I think it was 6. I think it was. I'm looking at the Discord right now where the trade was. I think I took out at 6 points on the first one. I know for sure the last contract was every bit of 9 points on it. Oh, it's 9, a little more than 9 points. It's about almost 10 points. So I picked up roughly between 15 and a half. Let's see here. 1 second. And 16 points on that trade right there. You can do the same thing. It's just it's all about looking for the right setups, okay? But we're using a simple scalping strategy to be able to do so, taking those trades in the direction of the higher time frame when it pulls back to high probability zones. That's all it's about. I talk about this and I talk about this over and over again in videos because people are always asking, about particular zones. Why is this a good zone to take a trade from? Guys, I talk about high probability setups. Please understand that. Do your homework. Keep watching the videos over and over. If you're someone new that's watching the channel, go ahead and sub now because you'll get this information. And when you do, it's going to click. Some people grasp it sooner or later, but when it does happen, then that's when the consistency kicks in and then you start becoming profitable. But everybody's personality and behavior is different. And, part of trading, 90% of it is psychology. So you have to get that under wraps or tamed if you want to be a consistent and profitable trader. But searching for the right setups is the key, okay? And waiting for the rejection. Simple strategy that I talk about and, to spend time watching the videos, okay? I don't have a trading course or a mentorship program because I'm putting this information out here for free for people to just dive deep into it, watch the videos over and over, and just watch setup after setup after setup, okay? Now, I do have the elite membership. I guess it's a tier-based program. It's through YouTube, and you can find it on the homepage of the YouTube channel or any video or on any video. You'll see a link that says join. Click on that join and you'll see 2 tiers. One loyal channel supporter, the other one the elite channel supporter. The elite channel supporter tier is where I go into great detail about the trades. It kind of gives you a walkthrough as if you were sitting next to me or virtually, and I'm explaining to you my thought process of why I took certain trades. Okay, breaking it down the higher time frame to the lower time frame. Where I'm looking to get in at, why I got in there, where I'm looking to get out at, where I'll potentially place my stop or my exit point out at, okay? That has helped people tremendously, I found out to be. So you can sign up for that if you choose to. It's the Elite Channel membership. Click on the join button on this video or the join button over on the homepage or the join button on any of the videos. You'll see it, J-O-I-N, and then look for the Elite membership channel or Elite Channel membership tier. But outside of that, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. I appreciate everyone tuning in. If you're not a subscriber, please take the time to go ahead and sub. Click on, first of all, make sure that you have all your post notifications turned on because you're not going to want to miss any video here in the channel. There's tons of them on the channel already. I'm trying to continue growing the channel to reach the masses of people that are really inspired to trade and want to trade, and they've been searching for some good, valuable content for years. Well, here it is, okay? But last but not least, please drop a like on the video if you found value in the content in today's video. Take care. See everyone in the next trading video.